Hey folks, so I thought I would talk you through some of the props that we'll be using in these videos. So you don't need to buy anything in particular. I use yoga blocks. Obviously if you've got them that's great, but if you don't, you can just use a stack of books instead. Similarly, I often kind of sit up on this one, it's a little bit thinner, but you can just sit on like a rolled up blanket, something like that. Blocks are useful for kind of raising the floor up. Sometimes we need to do that if we're seated. So you might like to have a chair if you're planning to use the chair options, and you might bring your blocks underneath your feet so that it raises the floor up. So in my body, I've got quite long legs actually, so I do touch the floor. So if I come forwards a little, my feet are grounded, but if your feet aren't grounded, this is a great option. But like I say, you can just use books, 2 stacks of equal books instead. It's always nice to have cushions to hand. I really like to do a cozy practice, especially like our self-care Sunday videos. You want blankets, and you don't need anything special. I do quite like a heavy blanket, I like the weight, but obviously it's completely up to you. I have a bolster, which is nice, just kind of folding over, like this kind of feeling. They're quite expensive, so don't like rush out and buy that. If you've got one, that's lovely, quite a luxury. You can just kind of create one. You know, you can use like big cushions or pillows. You can create the same effect just by rolling them up. And if you want to, you can actually kind of tie them up. So this one is the same as this cushion, but I've tied it with 2 yoga straps. So this is a yoga strap. Again, you don't need one of these. You can just use like a dressing gown tie or a scarf. So for example, with this pillow, if you wanted to kind of create a more cylindrical shape, you know, you could just grab like any kind of scarf and wrap it up to kind of squish it down a little bit to create the shape that you want, or maybe grabbing two scarves if you've got them. But just get creative, and you really don't need anything special. And maybe some people won't be using props at all, but props do make the practice more accessible. And of course, a chair would be perfect if you're planning to do all the chair postures. We'll offer chair options throughout our videos. So just make sure that your chair is secure. So if you're on a slippy floor, like a laminate floor, you probably want it on a mat, like I've got it on here, just so that you're safe. If you have any questions, just pop them in the comments below. Thank you.